Welcome back. djvicvapor with you, Logic Pro 10 beginner's course, and we're going over tracks. So we've added a vocal track, and I've got this little default electric piano track here. Let's look at let's look at drummer tracks. So we've got software, audio, guitar. Let's look at drummer. And I don't need open library, it's already open. So when you click create, let me Command Z. I got a little too fast for myself there. Alright, let's get rid of this guy. Alright, so we go to add drummer. And now what I failed to mention was you actually can pick the genre on this menu here. So you've got rock, alternative, songwriter, R&B, electronic, or hip-hop. The rock, alternative, songwriter, those kind of categories are going to have like acoustic drum kits, more live sounding drum kits available. And when you get into R&B, electronic, and hip-hop, you're going to hear more of drum machine type sounds, because these particular genres kind of rely on drum machine programming or that particular sound. So a little bit of a difference depending on what you select as your genre that you're going to work for your project. I'm going to go ahead and click electronic, create, and right away you see we've got Magnus thunderous electro house beats to complement anthemic synth leads and bass drops. So, and it automatically populates clips for us here in the audio. So let's take a quick listen here. I've got it on a little 1-bar loop. Let's move it out, say 4. I'll solo that. Let's see what it does on that. A little bit out, a little bit further here. So it adds a little fill there, and then it goes into like, a little bit more aggressive position there. Not too bad. There are ways to communicate and adjust and, make the drum sounds more your own, but that's not really what we're going to be focused on in this beginner's course. There are plenty of good courses out there that handle drums, and maybe at some point I'll add a course and get into more detail with the drum stuff. Just wanted to show you the drum channel, how it's added, and then you can go through over here and select a patch that's better suited for the project or for the sound or the design you're looking for. And you can also go through different presets here within the drum sound itself. Let's take a quick listen to some of that. So it kind of gives you an idea how you can, preview some of that stuff. Let me pull this down right here. And right away you can kind of tell we've got the vocal track, and we've got the MIDI track, the electric piano track, and we've got the drummer track. You notice the drummer track, the vocal track gives us the record enabled, it gives us the input monitoring, the MIDI gives us the record enable, but the drummer track just gives us a mute and solo. So it's a little bit different in that regard. One of the other things I want to talk about with tracks are, we've shown the way to go to add a new track, file, new, but there are other ways here that you can add additional tracks as well. So let's say I have this classic electric piano one selected. I can add right here, I can say new track with duplicate settings. So it's going to duplicate, let me open up Inspector. It's going to duplicate whatever plugins or whatever process routing is on that track. It's going to duplicate it for us. However, it doesn't bring over the source material or the audio or the MIDI clip. You can simply option drag that down and copy that if you like. That's one way to add, by simply clicking here for duplicate. And let's say now I added it and I realize I don't want it anymore. You simply click on it, hold it down, drag it over here until you get the eraser, and just let go, and it's gone. So another way to add tracks are, let's say I highlight vocal track. Now I just go down into this open area and I double click, and it's going to add another vocal or another audio track for me right there. And again, if I don't want it, drag and drop. Same with any of these. I highlight classic electrical piano, double click. It's going to give me another track down here, and it just keeps going as much as I want to do that. But it's always going to duplicate the one that you've selected, so make sure you selected the correct one in that regard. There are some keyboard shortcuts. For some of these, I haven't really messed around with the manual too much. Most of them are pretty straightforward. Maybe I'll put them in the YouTube. I'll put some notes for you in YouTube on some of the keyboard shortcuts. But that is audio tracks, adding, deleting, and looking at the drummer and the differences with the drummer tracks. Let's go ahead and move on and take a look at global tracks and global track settings in the next lesson.